When you get into your Strength Sheets file, the first thing you're going to see is here, your main menu. On your main menu, this is where everything begins. All major changes to the program can literally be found here. So, step one, you need to name your team organization name. Here, as you can see, it says MA Strength and Performance, but you can name it literally anything you want. It can be anything from your organization. It can be, your mascot, strength, speed, strength conditioning, athletic performance, whatever you like. You can type in there because it's going to show up everywhere else in your system. Next is your team logo. If you provided me with a logo, I will put it in for you whenever you sign up. If you did not, you can put one in there, or if you'd like to change it, you're welcome to do so. The biggest thing is keeping it in this cell. So if I delete this image, okay, and we want to make sure that this image is inside this cell, I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to come up here to the top left. I'm going to hit Insert, Image in Cell. Now, you can get this image anywhere you want. You can upload it from your documents. You can get it from your Google Drive. I'm going to get mine from my Google Drive just to make it simple. Pull it in here, press Insert, and the logo goes here. Now, let's say you accidentally put it outside. Okay, you can still do it this way. Press Insert, or if you copy and paste an image onto it, right? If you go get an image and copy and paste. I'm going to insert the image here. I'm going to insert the image over the cells because this is what happens when you copy and paste. You go to Google Drive or whatever, you upload, you copy and paste it, and that image is sitting there. It's going to look like this. Okay, say the image is floating, right? I'm going to select the image and go from there. Now, what you do is you're going to select this cell. Okay, it's selected. Come over, select the image. Notice that this cell is still selected. You've got the three dots in the top right corner. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to select Put Image in Selected Cell, and it'll slide right there. That's what you do. Now, the next part is setting your program names and descriptions. I'm going to skip this part here. We'll come back to it. You've got 8 programs that you're going to be able to write, and you need to name them so you'll know which program belongs to who. Okay, this is the program code, I like to call it, so something short and sweet that is going to be the primary name and then the description of whatever you want to describe it as for you to see. And that will correspond. You can see P1 is program 1, program 2, program 3, and you'll see down here at the bottom, your program menus will correspond with that. And whatever you name that program, the name of that program, say in program 1, football skill here, will show up in program 1 as well in the top left corner. If I click on program 1 and I allow the programming menu to load, which takes about anywhere from 5 to 20 seconds, you can see in the top left corner here that it says P1 football skill. And if I change that on my menu, this will change as well. Come back to the main menu. You got 8 of those, and they will correspond with those menus. Next, you're going to create your training group names. This is any group that's going to be training or any roster that you want that you're going to be able to identify your athletes with. So that could be a team, it could be a class period, it could be a skill group. So it could be like a football skill, football line, it could be offense, it could be defense, it could be based on training age. Some people do block 0, middle school, beginner, intermediate, advanced. You have up to 16 different groupings that you can group people with. However you want to do that. And you're going to be able to select these groups in the player database and allocate players up to 4 different groups that they can be in. Because they may be on a team, they may be in a class period, they may be on something else that you need to be able to pull from if you're going to select rack assignments, create a group, and then print a program for them. Now, lastly, this right here in blue, active phase and active week is where everything gets predicated off of. In our programming menus, we have 48 weeks. So that means we got 12 phases. Every phase is 4 weeks. Okay, so you have 12 weeks of phases. 12 phases, and you have 4 weeks in each phase. That just allows you may work in 3-week phases, you may work in 6-week phases, but week to week, this is going to allow us to know what's active. And I need to know what's going to print because when we get to our printing, we're only looking for a program 1 week at a time. So it needs to know, the system needs to know what week I'm looking for. And that's going to correspond all the way in every single program. You'll be able to see it. Setting the active phase. So if I pull our program back up here, phase 1 goes here, phase 2 is here, phase 3 is here, all the way down. You've got 12 phases in 48 weeks. It needs to know which one to pull from and which phase is active and then which week is active. As you can see, if you select phase 4, week 3, that's week 15. It's the same thing, right? You've got all kind of different weeks here that you can look at on the main menu. Which week you're looking at in that within that phase, you need to make sure that whatever you're looking to print or wherever you're at in your program where you're printing, the right phase and the right week needs to be active. And you can always change it if you need to go back and print something else at another part for another program or for another class. This is huge. This right here, it tells our program everything when it comes down to delivering our programs. This is how you set your main menu.